Hi there, back again. Just for a change, I thought I would have a look at the Sony Walkman, and this time we've got the WM-GX90. And it should be a very exciting day because I've been after one of these for ages, and this one is in really quite lovely nick. Bit of a scratch on the top there, but other than that, yeah, it's a few wee scratches on it, but it's basically in really good nick. Slurp for tea. So high-end Walkman, all metal body with some really cool functionality. So it was the EX90 in 1990 was released, which was basically this without the radio. This followed 2 years later, along with some pretty groovy functionality whereby you could actually set a timer to both start recording the radio to tape or an external source, and obviously when it would stop as well, which is quite groovy. So this is slightly tinged with sadness in that I just couldn't quite get the bloody thing to work 100%. It's kind of there. So we've got radio, which tunes in perfectly across all wavelengths. So I can give you a slightly crackly blast of radio 2 there. And obviously we've got the tape function, so we've got a record, rewind, play or change direction, fast forward, stop and open. So we can obviously open the deck, and that's where we stick our tape, and there's our sign telling us about our EX amorphous head, which is probably a good thing. Other than that, we've got various other controls across the front to remote off or on. That's nice to know. Mono or stereo for the radio. Just currently switched to mono. And controls for the sort of EXDD sort of mega bass, which actually makes quite a significant difference to the whole thing. That's really quite cool. So if we hit the play button, it tries to play and then it goes beep, 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 and it stops currently. And I'll show you why. So if we flip it over, we can do a bit of a Blue Peter and have a look inside, where you will be able to see the future thanks to technology. It's all very cool with all these little ribbon cables, and the capacitors are now minuscule compared to some of the older ones we've looked at. And do I have a pointing device? Kind of. So we've got our motor here and our band, which goes around these little pulleys. Now, whenever I first opened it up, as I expected, the belt had disintegrated. It had actually wrapped itself around the spindle of the motor, and even once I sort of pulled it all away and fired the thing up, it really just didn't do anything. The motor just wasn't spinning at all. So I got some sewing machine oil, because apparently that's what you use in these things, and a little dropper, and went in here and managed to free this up so that it does now spin. The problem being then that the whole thing was plastered in oil, and although this spindle the motor spindle would turn, everything else was stationary because it was all just completely covered in oil. So I had to take the belt back out, and a significant process of oil removal from the belt itself and from all of these little pulleys, and it does. I can get it to work, but it's not 100%. So let's see if we can get it to go. And it's a shame because whenever it does go, it runs as sweet as a nut. It really does. Okay, it needs a bit of a poke, and that's it now running. And I conveniently can't hear anything through the headphones. Just make sure that's plugged in. It must be between tracks. Check the volume. It would admittedly work a little better if I put a bloody tape in. So let's try that again. But this time, with the help of the tape, and we're Fleetwood Mac Tango in the night yet again. It's the go-to demonstration. Tape, it really is. So this time, we hit play. Try that again. We hit play. We hit play. There's bloody play. There we go, we're up and running straight off the bat. And I have to say, the quality is as good as any of the Walkmans or tape players that I've looked at. It's absolutely delightful. I just wish the whole friggin' thing would work. So we can give it a go anyway. So that's us playing on side 1. So if we hit the play direction button again, yeah, it just doesn't like that other side. It really doesn't. I'm kind of it now stuck. So what else can we try? So I'll try a rewind. It was working. Yeah, so there we go. Maybe not. I'll try to get it to play again. Yeah, so sometimes it needs a wee sort of kick into action. Reminds me of a cinema projector I used to work with. So the sound's lovely, and it's just such a cool wee machine. It's a shame that I just couldn't get it 100%, but I think I've put enough time into this little machine, and it's maybe time to pass it on to somebody else to give them a crack and see if they can get it 100%. It's so close. So there you go. That is the WM-GX90. I think one of the coolest Walkmans they ever produced. The sound quality is second to none when you can get the friggin' thing to work. So there you go. I'll talk to you again soon. Cheers, bye.